You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Y'all know what time it is.
No charcoal grills are allowed.
I'm white. I got you, Carl.
Illegally selling water without a permit
On my property.
Whoa! Hey!
You don't live here.
I'm uncomfortable.
So imagine being in a city council meeting in Alabama and this happens.
The N-word.
I mean, I know I'm black.
Do we have?
You want to address what I have to say?
Do we have a house nigger in here?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Do we? Hey,
Yeah,
do we? Would she please stand up?
Y'all are seeing this, right? Camera. All right.
Okay, that was a city council meeting. Yeah. Some of y'all may have missed that. Roll it again.
The N-word.
I mean, I know I'm black.
You want to address what I have to say?
Do we have a house nigger in here?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
Do we? Hey,
Yeah,
do we? Would she please stand up?
Y'all are seeing this, right? Camera. All right.
Okay, so this was Tarrant, Alabama city council member Tommy Bryant asking that question. That's Tommy right there. And he was speaking to Councilwoman, or the direction of Councilwoman Veronica Freeman. Folks there are shocked. Freeman is shocked as well. He later, I'm reading this. This is from Newsweek. I'm reading this. Bryant, let me try to close these ads out so y'all can see. Bryant later defended his use of the term in an interview with WVTM, claiming he was only repeating the words Tarrant City's Black Mayor Wayman Newton had previously used in reference to Freeman. According to the councilman, Newton described Freeman using the phrase along with the prefix "stupid" in an executive session earlier that day. I thought that the city ought to know what sort of terminology the mayor uses, and I didn't want him to get away with it, so that's the reason I used that comment. We need to stop the racial slurs that the mayor makes. He's always picking on Veronica Freeman. The mayor bullies her. The city needs to know what kind of mayor and what kind of vocabulary he has. So now Tommy is defending the black councilwoman. You buying that one, Monique?
No. Should I?
His quote, "I did what needed to be done," Scott.
Well, who made him the parliamentarian and the ability to use the N-word, to be free to use the N-word in a public setting like that? It's interesting, his level of comfortability using it in a public setting and the acceptance of his words and phrases in that public setting. While people were offended, right, no one got up and walked out. No one physically or verbally assaulted him in response. And so you still have parts of this country, especially in the South, where the acceptability of using that N-word and that term just seems to be offensive, yes, but not something you want to take a stand on. It's not a fighting word in some parts of our country. And that's not only sad and disappointing, but it's really racist, right? And that black people who are the subject of that term feel powerless in how to respond to it, whether it's intellectual response or whether it's a physical or a social response. That in a public setting with the American flag there, that they're using this term. And then lastly, what are the repercussions of him using that term? He explains it away in some intellectual fashion as if it was race neutral in using his term, but there's no censure, there's no suspension, there's no expulsion for him using that word. And so essentially, that community is living with the acceptability of that council member until you vote him out. It's sad, but it's true.
Robert, Alabama, I'm reading again from Newsweek. Alabama Republican Party Chairman John Wall branded the remarks, quote, completely unacceptable in any setting, but stopped short of calling for Bryant to resign. But here's the other deal. The black mayor he's talking about is a member of the Jefferson County Republican Party. and the white guy who just said it, he says, I ain't stepping down. He says, I might run for mayor.
Yeah, I think in big chunks of this country, folks don't understand what the Deep South is still like. Particularly, I think people watch Real Housewives and they watch Love and Hip Hop, and they think that Atlanta is the rest of the South. No, as soon as you cross 285, you're going straight back into Mississippi burning. And this council person is correct in what he is saying, in that he knows there will be absolutely no political repercussions for what he said. That might be his campaign slogan when he runs for mayor, and it might get him elected. This is why it's so important that we push voting rights on a national level, because throughout the South, you're looking at Georgia's 35% black, South Carolina is almost 40% black, Alabama is, I think, 33% black, and yet they still do not have the political power to control their own local elected officials because the right to vote has been so thoroughly curtailed within those jurisdictions. So this does not tell you the need to pass a national voting rights act. The fact that an elected official can say the N-word in open session on video and know there'll be no repercussion, then I don't know what better case there is to push the 40 People Act in for the John Lewis Voting Rights Act.
And Lord have mercy. I keep telling y'all these folk are losing their minds. And he lucky he didn't get popped right there in the meeting. All right. Folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Racial injustice is a scourge on this nation, and the black community has felt it for generations. We have an obligation to do something about it. Whether it's canceling student debt, increasing the minimum wage, or investing in black-owned businesses, the black community deserves so much better. I'm Nina Turner, and I'm running for Congress to do something about it.